There is something that happens to us when we are patient and wait for what God has planned for us. There's something that happens in the process to become who God knows you to be. There's something that happens in that process. There's growth in that process. And through our failures and challenges and obstacles is where we are able to grow and become who God already knows us to be. There's something that happens in that process. And for many of us, we are so impatient because we want it right now that we lose out on the opportunity that's in that process because we're unwilling to do it. We don't want to wait. We want it now. We want to put our hands in a pot, and God is trying to stir up the best version of yourself that He knows you and I to be. We're impatient, but there's something that happens in that process that we all need. And we're unable to get those lessons if we're not willing to go through the process. I get the impatience. I get it. Because while you are going through your process, life is still happening. Nothing is going to stop just because Vet decided to transform her life and transform her mind. My life still didn't stop. Those challenges still kept coming at me. Those obstacles still kept coming at me. Those mountains, I am still climbing. But again, there is something that happens in that process that I picked up on. And that's what I use every day. Every day I wake up, when I am blessed with another breath, that something is what I use to push me through my day. That something is what I use to get me over those hurdles because they keep coming and I'm still running. And it's like, here's another hurdle, and here's another hurdle, and here's another hurdle. But because of the process and because I picked up on it, I'm able to use those tools for my good. Because you guys, what I have definitely learned in this process is that if God brings you to it, He's going to provide you with the tools to get you through it. But we don't realize that right in our hand, right in the palm of our hand, is one of those tools. And when we use it with the greatest tool that He could have ever given us, which is our mind, nothing can stop us. Nothing can hold you back. It wasn't but 2 years ago that I went on this journey of self-discovery. I had gone through so much. I was at a place in my life where I knew it was either do or die. It was, you got to do something different. And I knew that something different meant that I had to be a person that I had never been before. I choose me is what kept going over and over in my head. I choose me. As I'm standing there, getting ready to move to the middle of the country, and I'm staring at this guy who I had loved. I had opened my heart up to him after being so broken for 7 years. I opened my heart up to him, and I knew that it wasn't going to work with us both being in a place of brokenness. I knew that it wasn't going to work. And the only thing that kept going over and over in my head is, you got to choose you this time. You got to bank on you this time. You got to put your all into you this time, because the person that I had been from that time and going back was a person that put my all into everyone except for myself. I wanted to save everyone except for me. I didn't even realize that I was drowning, but I knew I wanted to save everyone. But in doing so, the more I tried to save other people, the more I died inside slowly. I died slowly until there was nothing left except for a shell of a person. And my soul kept crying out, here I am, here I am. And God, every time I tried to dig my hole deeper and deeper, he kept putting his hand out, saying, no, no. There's a purpose on your life. There's a purpose on your life. That is what brought you to this video, because you may be feeling the same way I was not too long ago. You may be feeling like something better has to give. There's some reason that I'm here on this earth, but I don't know what that is yet, because my life has not dealt me cards that I can win at each time. My life has dealt me cards that I continue to lose. I continue to struggle. I continue to weep. I continue to hurt. I continue to keep going up against these challenges, and they're beating me down. And I don't know what I need to do in order to win. That's what brought you to this video, because that is you. I overstand with you. I overstand with you, because it was not that long ago that I was in that exact same place that you are in right now. I was there. I didn't know what to do with my life. I didn't know what value my life had. I didn't know. What I have definitely learned is that we don't get in life what we want. We get in life what we're willing to work hard for. And the hardest thing you're going to have to do right now is to start flinging that dirt up off of you. That is the hardest thing that you're going to have to do right now, where you are right now. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing to start somewhere. God will meet you where you are right now, but you have to be willing to start flinging that dirt off of you. Because when you start flinging that dirt off of you, he's going to lean in, and he's going to come with his dump trucks, and he's going to start removing it as well. But the thing about God is that his removal is going to elevate you higher than what your mind can fathom right now. Because as you work, he's going to run marathons. As you do your sprint, he's going to propel you across the world. This I know. This I know. I am not a woman that is coming to you who has not gone through some things. I am not a woman who is going to judge you for where you are right now. Because it was not that long ago that I was laying in my bed, soaked in my own tears, begging God to please take this pain away. And because of the challenges and because of the anger that I was experiencing, because I felt like I had been done wrong, I didn't realize that he had answered my prayers. I didn't realize that not until I decided to go on the journey. I did not realize that every tear that I had cried was watering my soul, you guys. It was watering what God knew was already there. It was watering all of me. It was ensuring that I would become the person that God knew me to be. But I had to start somewhere. I had to put my own oxygen mask on. I had to say, I choose me. I had to say, I choose me as I looked into this man's eyes that I loved and who had breathed life back into a broken heart. I had to look into his eyes and knowing that he was going to hurt and say, you know what, babe, I got to choose me this time because I see your crown. I see what God sees in you, but I need you to see what God sees in you. I need me to see what God sees in me. I had to choose me. And you're going to have to choose you if you want to propel your life forward. You're going to have to say, I want to do something different this time. You're going to have to say, if I do the same thing that I've been doing, I'm going to continue to get the same results. You're going to have to say, I choose me. You're going to have to say, I want something different. You're going to have to raise your hand and say, God, the time is now. Take me exactly where I am. Take me exactly where I am. I don't need to be perfect in your eyes. I don't need to have all the riches right away in order to say my life has finally changed. I don't need all of that. I just need you in my life, and I need to practice patience, and I need to remove all the barriers that have been holding me back. That's it. That's it. You guys, it's not rocket science, but it is very challenging because what we are doing is evolving into something that we've never been before. We are removing all of that dirt that's been packed on top of us because of life's challenges. We are starting from the bottom, you guys. We're removing the dirt that was placed on us when we were young kids. We're removing all of that. Transformation is possible. It is possible. But you have to be patient. You have to be consistent. You have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to say, you know what? I don't care what they think. I don't care what they're saying. You have to be willing to get away from those people that you were getting high with last night and it was all fun and games and now they're talking about you today. You have to be willing. Because if you aren't, you're going to be in the same situation next year that you're in right now. Are you willing to be there? Are you willing to live the same life that you've been living? Or do you really want change in your life? Are you willing to be that same person who's not happy, who's looking for something, and because you can't find it, you're numbing your pain right now? You're numbing your pain with pills and drugs and alcohol or men and women just to try and feel something? Is that really how you want to live the rest of your life? Because you don't have to. You do not have to. God will meet you where you are. He will meet you right where you are. You don't have to be perfect for him. You do not have to be perfect for him. The only thing he asks is that you give him a try. And when you give God a try, Lord, give him a try. Just give him a try. Because when you give God a try, you give you a try. Believe me when I tell you. Believe me when I tell you. Give him a try. Love you. do me a favor today. Don't let other people's negative feelings about themselves manifest into your life. Don't let it. Don't let what other people think manifest into your life. Own your life. Take control of your life. Stop being around people who don't care about themselves because you know they don't really care about you.